With Giddy and Gaming, I'm back with my tea of the day. Welcome to season 2, episode 27. Dos y siete. Yeah, episode 27. With Goody. I just want to ask a question. Tyler, here's the thing. I'm just confused on your writing style at this particular moment. I know a lot of people have been saying this, so I have to really bring you here and have this conversation. But I don't know if you understand, I don't know if you get it, I don't know if you're just tired, I don't know if you're out of touch. Or just out of ideas. Because you've been doing this for a while, right, Tyler? Since like the mid-90s, something like that. Like you've been trying to make noise, and then we knew about you in like the mid-2000s, I would say. So yeah, you've been really making it happen for a while, and all of the success is amazing, and it's just remarkable. Because you were almost homeless before. However, I feel like there's a time and a place, there's a time and season for everything. And we're not saying that we want you to go, per se, but I feel like the people have spoken, the people want you to either take a break, take a well-needed vacation, take care of your son, just do whatever you felt like you needed to do for a while, and that you may have been neglecting or something. Or I would say maybe get you some new writers. Start brainstorming. Get you a nice notebook and really, dial some friends and get some ideas. Because, in my humble opinion, you motherfucking tried it with the with the series finale of the Have and Have Nots. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with the prolonged season to begin with. I'm not okay with the prolonged storylines. I'm just not okay. So we found out sometime last year that he was going to close off his show, The Have and Have Nots. So the 8th season will be the final season, unfortunately. And if you haven't watched The Have and Have Nots, then where the fuck have you been? Yeah, where the fuck have you been? Because at this point, it was definitely a phenomenon. It was definitely a reason to watch OWN. It was the number one OWN show for its duration of the show. And it had plethora of beautiful and talented actors and actresses. Like, the cast was amazing. The crew was amazing. The clothing artist and everyone was just top notch. Like, Tyler, you did that. You made that happen. And for the first, I would say, 5 seasons, the storyline was great. Like, I was completely in tune and just was like, wow, like, he's really going there. Like, this is like a soap opera, but it's like for us, like, I really feel like I know all of these people. Like, I feel like I know Hannah. Like, I met Hannah at the grocery store. Like, I feel like I know a Candace. I feel like we all know a Candace. Like, I feel like I know a Betty who's just, like, so naive, but then so naive, yeah. I definitely feel like we all know a Wyatt, unfortunately. I feel like we all know a Veronica who's just, like, so fearless, so vulgar. Like, it's like the person you would love to, like, it's the person that you have to hate because she is like the complete bitch. But you have to love the way she reads you. You have to love her comebacks. You have to love how feisty she is. And you have to love how resilient she is. Like, she's Veronica Harrington, and you're not going to change nothing about that. Or you're going to die. Like, she's really that type of girl. And Jeffrey, you have to love that he put Jeffrey in there, and you've seen the challenges that he had with coming out, and with how most black parents are. Surprisingly, the father was okay with it. The father understood the assignment and understood that, yeah, you're gay, but I'm still gonna love you because you're still my son, you're still my kid. But the mother, Veronica, she didn't get that assignment. She got a whole nother assignment, and she really degraded him on so many levels. Like, it was cringeworthy of how many times he was, like, verbally abused by her. And so it got physical. And that relationship is never gonna ever be the same. Because Veronica is the type of black mother who doesn't understand that she's old school, and she would be damned if her son is gay. Not because oh, my son just can't be gay. It's just, or that she's worried or scared of anything. Like, she used that as ammo. Like, Veronica. And of course David. And then of course the Cryer family. With the Cryer family. Them, I didn't feel them that much. Like, they was cool. They did what they needed to do. Catherine definitely was a girl for me for a while. But then I loved how she treated Hannah. I loved that. Her husband, the bastard, Jiminy Cricket, that's his name. He was like the worst. Like, his acting was up to par. It was just a character. Like, I couldn't stand him. Like, I didn't feel bad when Candace took the money. I didn't feel bad when she took other money. Like, I didn't feel bad for him at all. Like, everything that happened to Jim, I was okay with. I was here for it. I condoned it at this point. But it seemed like that 6th season is where it got a little tricky for me. It got a little redundant. Like, I felt like I knew what was gonna happen before it happened. And I hate writing and I hate shows like that. Like, I want to be most of the time when I'm watching it. Like, it's cool when you have a few one-off type of episodes where it's like homey or very friendly or just not that much going on. Because you want to take it with like a little break kind of thing, you know? And I'm okay with that. But I feel like after the 6th season, I feel like the storyline didn't change. I didn't see growth in the characters as much. And I was confused. Why wouldn't you want them to grow? Like, why did you feel like these characters needed to still be in like the same predicaments, per se? Like, yeah, financially they may have come up and bought houses and stuff like that, but in terms of like the foundation, like in terms of where it was and to where it ended, it wasn't much of a difference. And we all noticed your writing styles with like Boo and Boo 2 and all of these plethora of other things that happened in the most like last maybe 5 years, I would want to say, where the writing has just not been up to par. The writing styles haven't really been up to par. So I don't know if it's just you. I don't know if you're the only one writing that stuff. If it's really coming all from your mind. So I don't want to fully blame you, Tyler. But I definitely feel like if it's not all you, you need to fire your team and get a whole new one. Because to have the last season go the way it went, per se, So you have these characters. You have Candace who's been wanting to leave for many seasons, and she's still in the hotel. She's still just there, unhappy, confused, dealt with the president-elect, and got fucked over kind of thing. Yeah, they're still in love, but it's not going anywhere. And then you have Hannah, who now is in charge of Catherine's estate because Catherine got arrested. I'm confused why they all didn't get arrested, but only Catherine took the fall. And we don't hear about Ashley that much until the last episode. Like, y'all never had a daughter, or maybe y'all just didn't want to bring it up again. I don't really know why. And then you have Colby. How can we forget about Colby and what Veronica set up to teach Colby a lesson about being gay and about being disrespectful. I got it, but then I didn't. Like, I don't think that was like the best scene to portray. Like, I felt like, so this is beat on gay people day, like, and then you had Wyatt strip Madison naked and choke him out and pee on him because because gay people can't be strong. Like, you couldn't have done something else. Not gonna happen. And so Mama Rose is out, and then Benny's in. And what Mitch's son or brother or whoever that dude was, felt the type of way that Benny was talking to his ex. So you gotta use your status of your family, the Malones or whatever, to then try to punk Benny. But then Benny, being naive, didn't really understand how that family was set up. And because all of the seasons, Mitch never told him, and Candace never let him know, like, Mitch is cool, Mitch is your brother. I fucked Mitch before. Like, they never really had that conversation. So we're just supposed to assume that Benny knows and Benny's okay with that? Absolutely not. But Candace never put him on game to the Malone family. Like, you just know that he's part of the Malones, but you don't know what that entails for everyone. So then, let's start with the Harrington family and how that went down, right? So they're at home. Wyatt dies in the firehouse. In the Harrington house. He overdoses from some medicine after being choked up by the security guard or whatever. And then Daniel Dape, whatever his name was, Crazy Boy, who burned himself at dinner and wanted to take Jeffy with him. But yeah, he needed some help. He needed a mental institution. So you made it where his brother, which I already knew was sketchy from the beginning, I already knew that he had a plan. I just didn't know what it was. So after leaving the house, he blows up the house. So now White's dead because he overdoses, which is typical, I guess. Then Jeffrey, Madison, and David all get blown up. So that's 4 people out of your main cast already gone. Okay. Then we get into Veronica. So after Veronica gives sketchy homeboy, that guy, the money for a crime that he didn't commit because she didn't do her homework and she's so busy elsewhere. She tries to go to her car to then I guess, attack someone or read someone. I forgot what she was about to go do. And I want to say it's her because it could be the girl who tries to dress like her, who wants to steal her money. Which I never understood that storyline either, but nevertheless, Tyler. So, magically, she dies this time. After many other times of her supposed to die, she got choked before. She drowned or almost drowned before. She's been shot before, I'm quite sure. But this time, you just want to kill everybody. I'm confused how that mind worked, where you got rid of Wyatt, you got rid of Jeffrey, Madison, David, now Veronica. Okay, so now Catherine's in her cell. She gets a new roomie. Someone who I guess knows of Catherine before because Catherine, I guess, killed someone or did something to someone that she loved. And Catherine, being this big kahuna who has all this mouth, magically couldn't fight her back. Like, I'm confused how she overpowered her that much. And I'm confused how she got a rope or whatever that she used to choke her to death. So she was strangled. And you was okay writing that. You was okay with that being in... you like it, I love it, I guess, Tyler, right? So that's already what? So we have Wyatt. We have Jeffrey. We have Madison. We have David. We have Veronica. Now we have Catherine. So that's only leaving Hannah. That's leaving Benny. That's leaving Candace. That's leaving Jim. So there's only 4 people left. And then you decided to have Benny assassinated. Because you were just feeling so generous with the writing skills. So Benny goes to the dude girl's house, and whoop-de-whoop, the boy come out with his people, the Malones, and shoot him up. Okay. So after that, then Candace is trying to plead for his brother's life during that time, so she doesn't even know that her brother died. Or was murdered. We're not even say died, was murdered. So then after that, she gets kidnapped and brought to Jim. And yes, she was beaten, but how bad was she beaten? For her to end up in Jim's tub with full water. I was confused when the phone call happened. When did they say, hey Jim, I'm bringing Candace over so she can give me the money. Hey, you know what, you was right, I'm gonna bring Candace over. Like, I was wondering when that conversation happened. Maybe I missed it, maybe I walked out. Or was it just not fucking there? So, and I was confused how when you're kind of driving with one arm, and how long have your arm been broken? Is another thing I was confused with. So you're driving with one arm, so you're clearly not attending to. Oh, but you're Jim Cryer, so no one's gonna bother you, right? You know how many people you could fucking ran over? Like, that's just so fucking inconsistent. That's inconsiderate. But nevertheless, you end up drowning her with one arm. I'm confused how beaten she was for her not to be able to fight back. Because at first she wasn't even on her back. She was on her, she wasn't on her stomach, she was on her back. So she could have magically found a way to get up and survive and hit you back or move you over to get up. She wasn't that beaten up. So I was confused how she just drowned him like that. confused. And then Hannah went to the house, noticed Candace was like drowned in the tub, and then decides to of course attack Jim. But I'm confused how Jim was beating her the way she was. Like, she was fighting back, absolutely, but I was confused how he got all those hits in with one arm still. Like, make it make sense. And then Jim probably gets what he deserves to get ran over, but we don't know if he's dead. That's like, we can just assume that Veronica's dead, because she already had 9 lives, apparently. So then we get this ugly cry from Hannah in the car. So I guess the have-nots won, or the have-not became the have, but now she really have-not. She has all this money, but now she can't necessarily use it because Catherine's gone to like it's okay to. So is she back to have-not, and then she don't have her kids anymore? Like, does she kill herself? Like, what is the next step for Hannah? Like, how is she gonna deal with all of this? Could have been explained. So we had one assignment was to end the season, end the series. And we still have all of these unanswered questions, and the only thing you came up with was kill them all. Kill all of them. Kill all these fucking cast members. Really, Hannah? Again, boo-boo. You need to change it up. Like, I still watch your other shows as well, like Sisters, and although the writing is decent, I'm confused with the dialogue sometimes. And it's not, I can't blame the actors and actresses, because they're good. It's the words that you're giving them to say. It doesn't make sense sometimes. I'm confused of how they got to this topic, why the dialogue sounds weird. Like, it sounds like they're having weird conversations. Like, why are we having this type of conversation? Like, why are we even talking? And it should never sound like that. It should never be like that. Like, I feel like the O was a little better with, in terms of, like, the dialogue and the script. But again, I have to blame you because it's Tyler Perry. Like, your name's on it. So, dude, like, go somewhere, go to a retreat, get a new team, do whatever you need to do, Tyler, because how you ended have not is not okay. And if I see how you do that show dirty, I can imagine what you have for Sisters and The Oval and all of the other shows that you have. This was Kimmy with my tea of the day. This was season 2, episode 27. And get into the have and have nots. Binge watch the series and just really get to know all of the characters. And let me know if maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I didn't connect the motherfucking dots. Or was it just he missed the assignment? Let me know. My Facebook is iKimmy and my IG is Kimmy Holder. If you haven't seen my face before, you can see me there. And definitely hit me up to see if you want to work together, like to see if you want to be on my podcast where we talk about music, of course. We talk about movies and TV shows that shaped the culture, and this was one that shaped my culture. It shaped the culture very influential. I just needed to have a sit-down conversation with Tyler. Of course, the LGBTQ+I community, and of course, like, black issues and black community, and just self-love and self-perseverance and growth. It's just conversations that need to be had that will be uncomfortable, but that would help change the narrative and help push us to our being that we're supposed to be. Thank you for listening. Later.